So what is self-join? What you get by the word? What you think what self-join is? What you think what self-join is? Yeah. So when you join same table to itself, that is what self-join is. Okay? Yeah. When you join the same table to itself. So when we want the data from the same table and we need to join it, at that point we use self-join. So what are the question we will be going to ask here? So this is the first question that I'm going to tell you like every type of question that is asked for self-join so that you will get to know what are the different type of things we can do with the help of it. Okay. So here you can see my employee table. Can you see this? So here, if I just copy down it and I am going to word my Excel sheet. So here ID is given, name of person is given, and as well as manager ID is given. Okay. So this is our table that we have. Right, everyone? Yes. So what kind of a data we have? Let's like see what table it is and how it is doing related to my data. So here one ID is of John, second ID is of Jane, third ID is for Bob, four for Elise, and five for Michelle, right? So what's written? John manager will be the one whose ID is nothing. Like John manager is no one. So Jane manager will be the one whose ID is one. So who will be the Jane manager? Tell me. Jane manager is the one whose ID is one. So Jane manager will be John, right? Am I correct? Right. Similarly, Bob manager will also be John. What about Elise? Who will be the Elise manager? The manager ID of that will be two. So it will be Jane. And then for Michelle also, it's Jane. So do you analyze the data? Do you get what data is all about? Do you get what data is all about? What this table is going to tell me? Okay, so you get this that in that table, ID is given as well as ID of the manager of that person is given, right? So now my question is that I want to find out employee name as well as manager name. So you can see here that manager name are from these only and employee name are these only, right? Manager name are from them, right? Tell me, am I correct, Tripti? Manager names are among them, na? So we want the same thing from the table, right? We want the data from the same table, correct? If I want employee name and manager name, I want the data from the same table. And what is the relationship between both? Like, can you see any relation between any of the columns here? Can you see any relation between any of these column here? Tell me, everyone. Tell me the column names. Between which columns you are facing, like they have a relation between them. You can see that ID and manager ID are interconnected, right? ID is related to manager ID is related to IDs, right? Yes. So how we can have this data? If I join the same table together. So let us consider for now, just consider these two tables are different. For now, just consider that. This is my table A and this is my table B. And you can say that, just a second. You just said me that manager ID and employee ID are interconnected, right? Right? I just said that my manager ID is equals to my employee ID for now. So how will this table work if I do the inner join? Tell me how will this table work if I just combine my manager ID with my employee ID? How will this inner join work? Tell me. If I just insert some arrows, let me insert some. Where this null goes? Do we have null in this? Do we have null in here? No. Kindly remove this. Uh, Bhargav, you by mistake just put a arrow here. Can kindly remove this. Okay, never mind. So let's talk about this one. So this one will go where? This one will go with this one, right? This one will go with this one. So here what will I get? For Jane, what name am I getting here? For Jane, what name am I getting here? John, correct? Similarly, we have one more one. Let me remove this first. Just a second. Now we have one more one. Let me insert one more arrow. Where this one will go? Tell me. This one will go with this one again, right? No, it's fine. You by mistake did it, so that's fine, right? So here we have Bob, and this Bob is going with which name? Here we have Bob, right? So it's going with John. Now we have second. Let me insert a shape. So this, there we have second. Second will go with two, right? So what name will I get here? From here, what name will I get from here? What name am I getting? Tell me, everyone. From this. Elise. So Elise is going with which one? Elise is going with this one. So here we have Jane, right? Then we have two again. Let me insert one more shape. So this two will go with this two again. So here we have Michelle. And then this Michelle will go with what? It's going with Jane again. So here I'm getting employee's name and then I'm getting their manager name. Am I correct? Tell me everyone, do you get this? How this is working? I will write down the syntax. Just tell me how this is working. Do you get it? Tripti? Tripti, are you there? There are many more people in the class. I want everyone answer. Priyanshu, Senthil. Any confusion to anyone? Do let me know. Any confusion you are facing in this? I just told you how it will work. Now, after that, I will write down the query for this. I will write down the syntax for this. So in select clause, I'm not writing anything. So in from, we are using the same table, which is my employee table, EMPLOY. And here I'm giving a alias as E. Okay. Then I'm joining it using inner join. So it's your choice if you want to write the inner word or not. That's your choice. So I'm joining the same table together as I told you. And here I'm giving a alias as M. Is this much clear? The thing that I just wrote till now. Okay, now I will write down the on condition. So I just said that manager ID and employee ID has a connection. So I will just combine them together. Any confusion till now here? Now I want the names. So I will write employee name and comma. Then I will write comma employee name. And here I am giving a alias as manager name so that I can distinguish among them which one is manager and which one is my employee column. Employee name m dot. Here let me write employee ID. By mistake I wrote it here. Employee ID m dot. So any confusion to anyone in the syntax? Any confusion? Any confusion to anyone in the syntax? No. So let's run it. So am I getting the correct answer? So here I am getting all the employees' name and here I am getting their manager name. Any confusion? You can write down that also, Senthil. Just you have to replace this then. If you write here, if you are giving like that, E dot employee ID and here you are giving M dot employee ID, then you have to replace these things also because you are interchanging the table name. That's why. Okay, get it, Senthil? Do you get your query resolved? Tell me any confusion to anyone. Tripti, Senthil, Sanjuti, and other people are also there. Andri, Bhargav. Why we entered manager ID first? You can like replace anything with anything. You don't need to write manager ID only first. Okay? Senthil, you can replace that also. Rahul, your camera is open. Can you please close it? Okay. So if your query is resolved, now I want you guys to try this question. So here I have a parent table. So here I have a parent ID and the name of that parent and then the children ID. So the Jane children will be the one whose ID is 1. So the Jane children will be John. Bob children will be Jane because her ID is 2. Similarly, Elias will be 3. Michelle will be 4. Do you get the table? Do you get the table? Uh, Everyone kindly reply so that I can get to know. You just have to write one word that is yes or no. Okay. So now you want to find out the parent name and as well as their child name. Okay. You want to find out the parent name and their child name. So this question is similar to the previous one that I did. Now I want you guys to try this one. Try to solve them again and again so that you can get a good practice of it and you will get to know how this thing is working. So try this question, everyone. Everyone try to answer, no matter if it's wrong or right. Your on condition is wrong, Vishali. You have written child both the time. Yeah, Senthil. Good. Vishali. Good. I'm waiting for other answers too. Good. Bhargav. Waiting for 2 more minutes. Henry, Tripti, Vijay. Vijay is not in class, I guess. Good. Good, Tripti. So let me solve it. Those who were unable to solve it, no worries. Let me do. So I want the things from the same table, so I will join the same table together. Parents SP, join. Let me give it here. C, join P dot, join parents. Join parents SP. And then I'm giving a on condition where my C dot child ID equals to my P dot parent ID. Yeah, Henry, you are correct too. Is this much syntax clear to everyone? Any confusion to anyone in this syntax till now? Kindly write yes or no. Till now, anyone have any confusion? Okay. So now I want to have the child name as well as their parent's name. So I will write parent name and then I want to have their child name. So I will write that P dot parent name. Yeah, it's okay. I just have written because it's more comfortable for me. If it's okay, no, it's fine, Kavita. So that's how I get my parents' name as well as my children's name. Is this much clear to everyone? Is this clear to everyone? Is this question clear to everyone? Okay. Now, so you get the first type of question that are asked, that are mainly asked. You get the first type. Tell me, you get the first type, then we can move toward our second type, which is like ask many, many time, a time. So this is my employees table with double S. I have like used very silly names for creating the table. So here my question is, see the question. So I want employee that belongs to the same city. Same city. So what I want the employee that work in the same city. Here you can see that John and Jane belong to the same city, so I want them. Elise and Bob belong to the same city, so I want them. Like that, I want my answer to be like that. John and Jane belong to the same city, so I want them. And their city is New York. Similarly, I want Elise and Bob. They also belong to the same city, which is Los Angeles. Okay, do you get the question what I want here? Tell me, the people who are attentive in class, do let me know. Okay, so how we can do it? Tell me the common column that I want to have. So here it's written that there that I want the employee that belong to the same city. So here my on condition is already given that I want that I want the employees that belong to the same city. In on we write the common columns, right? So here the common column is already given that it should belong to the same city. Do you get the on condition that I am trying to tell you? Everyone. So am trying to tell you, I'm saying that in on I will use the city because it's written that I want the employees that belong to the same city. That's why I have used in on condition the city thing. And then my table employees E join employees M and my on condition. What I will write in my on condition? Can anybody tell me? Tripti, you tell me. Not the answer I'm talking about. I'm talking about the on condition only. Good. So I want the same city, so I will use that in my on condition that I want the city to be same. So I want the employee name, so I will write that only that I want name, m dot name, and then the city also. So how many of you think that I will get the correct answer? How many of you think that I will get the correct answer from this syntax? You guys are facing this difficult. How many of you think that? I'm not going to say anything to you if you answer me wrong. So you guys can answer me. I have said that how many of you think? I didn't told you. You guys are answering me. That's good that you are prepared from the previous lecture. So let's run this. Let's see what will happen if I run this. So here you can see that what are the things that I'm getting. I'm getting John and John together. I don't want that, right? Right, Henry, right? Tripti. I'm getting John and John together. I will not say that Pragya belongs to India like that, right? Pragya and Pragya are the same person. How can I compare the same person with itself? right? Here also it's written Jane and Jane, and again, Alice and Alice is also written. I can't compare the same person with itself. True? True, everyone? So I am getting the same person comparison. First thing that I'm getting is same person comparison. What is the other thing that I'm getting? The other thing that I can see that it's written here that Jane and John belong to New York, or John and Jane belong to New York. Both is the same thing. If I say that Pragya and Tripti belongs to India, and if I say Tripti and Pragya belong to India, is it the same thing or different thing? I'm just replacing the name, right, with the columns. I have just interchanged the columns. Everything is same. So is this same thing or different thing? If I say that Tripti and Pragya belongs to India, or Pragya and Tripti belongs to India, is it different or same? Same thing. What do you think, Henry? Yeah, same thing. So what is the thing that I can use to replace it? So I want to replace it, so I will use where, because I want to give the condition. And how can I resolve it? If I write like that, that my, if I run my table, just give me a second. If I run this, my table, E dot ID is greater than, I say, M dot ID. What do you think what will happen? So how it will remove all the duplicates? So if I have my name like that, Pragya and Pragya, and I'm writing IDs here. So Pragya's ID is 1, let's say. So here what will be the ID of Pragya in this column? It will be 1, right? Because Pragya's ID is 1. So Pragya's ID is 1 and Tripti's ID is 2. So I'm writing like that. And here Tripti ID is 2 and Pragya's ID is 1. So how will it remove like that? So if I say that this is my table E and this one is my table M. So I'm writing E dot ID is greater than M dot ID. You can replace the sign, like you can make it opposite also. So what are the tables that will be removed? So are these two ID same? Are these, this ID is greater than this one? Tell me. This ID is greater than this one. One is greater than one? No. So it will remove that. Here I have one and here I have two. So one is greater than two. One is greater than two. So it will remove this also. So now I will only get one row. So it will remove all the duplicates now. So you get that how this condition is removing the duplicates? So do you get this? How this condition is removing the duplicates? If I write in the other way, if I write like that, which, a second, give me a second. So if I write like that, which row will be removed? First one or the second one? Which row will be removed? First one or second one? Second one. It doesn't matter, na, which row will be removed. Is it matter that I want to remove only the first row? Don't want to remove the second one. It's according to me. If I want, like, it's my choice. And it doesn't matter if I write Pragya first or Tripti first, it doesn't matter, right? If I write Pragya first or Tripti first, is it matter? Tell me. No, na? So that's why I have written like that. Now all the duplicates will be removed. So Jane and John belongs to New York. Bob and Alice belongs to Los Angeles. Is this question clear to everyone? Senthil, Bhargav, Tripti, Henry, and other people. Okay. So any confusion in this now? Any confusion to in this question now? So let's run our table. Now your question is that I want the employees that belong to the same department. Employee that belong to the same department. Try this, everyone. Take your time and try to solve this. Vijay, you are not answering. Are you able to understand everything? Vijay, Priyanshu, Rahul, Sanis. I'm unable to pronunciate this name. The name that starts with C. Are you guys able to understand everything? Okay. Kindly try to be attentive. So you guys try to solve this question. So, okay. Okay, okay. Good. Good, Senthil. Good, Vishali. Looking for other answers too. Okay. Bhargav, you haven't put where. Good, Rahul. Yeah, good, Bhargav. So, shall I wait or you want me to solve this? Tripti Henry. You also forgot to put the where condition. Other things are correct, but you have forgot to put where after your on clause. Where clause should be put na when you're putting this condition because you are filtering the data. That's why. Henry, do you get your mistake? Okay, so hello. Yeah, now you are correct. Good. So, Tripti, I'm not getting your answer. Okay, you have given it. So good. So good, everyone. So how we will solve it? So we want the data from our same table, which is our employee table. Okay, okay. So employee table. Here I'm giving a alias as E and I'm joining it with employee again. And there I'm giving a alias as M. And in on condition, I'm giving that my E dot that what? That my department should be same. So I will give that in my condition that my department should be same. And then M dot department name. And I want to remove all the duplicates. So how will I be able to remove it? Just by using a where condition where my E dot employee ID is greater than my M dot employee ID. That doesn't matter where you put the arrow. So this sign. And now I want names of the employees. So employee name and then M dot employee name. Where A dot is this work? Where? No, this will not work. Senthil, how will you be able to compare the names? How will this work? Like, if I say Pragya is greater than Tripti, if I just say the name thing, will this work? Tell me. Okay, no worries, Kavita. Take care of your child. No, na. I can compare only the mathematical digits, right? Yeah. So now I want the department name also. In department name also, you can either write E or M, doesn't matter, because both of them have the same departments. That's why. So let's run it and we get our answer. So Akbar and Prabir belongs to IT. Rohit Rajkumar HR, like that. We get our answer. Any confusion to anyone in this? Any confusion to anyone in this? So do you get this? Are you guys able to resolve all your queries that you were facing before? Okay. Now let us talk about very famous question. Cumulative sum. All these questions that we have done today are famous. You will like face any of them in your interview for sure. So this is also one of the famous question that is asked. Cumulative sum using self join. So what is cumulative sum? Cumulative sum or running sum you can say. What is that? So if I have 100, 200, 300, 400, let me write it in Excel only. So I have 100, 200. Okay. I have this data. Let's say it is amount only. And I want to find out the cumulative of it. Cumulative amount. Okay. So how we can have it? So what cumulative amount is? Cumulative amount means, yeah, this is the repeating lecture. People are facing issue in like self-join, so I'm explaining that. I have written in the group also. So what cumulative sum is? Cumulative sum means the sum of that number and the above number that it has. So do I have any above number? Do I have any more number before 100? No. So I will get 100 here. What about 200? So how many? Cumulative sum is sum of that digit and the above digits. So what will I get? That digit and the above digit. So what will I get? I have 200 plus 100, which is 300, right? So I will get 300, correct? Correct, Henry Tripti Vaishali? Yes. Now what will be that? That number and the above number. So it will be 300 plus 200 plus 100. So which will be 600. What for 400? Tell me. What will I get for 400? What will I get if I just sum all these digits? What will I get? I will get 1000. Sum of all the digits, I will get 1000, right? Now, for this also, 500 plus the above numbers, 400, 300, 200, and 100, which is 1500. Any confusion to anyone till now? What cumulative sum is? Do you get it? So, what is cumulative sum? The sum of that digit and the above digits. So, what is cumulative sum? What is cumulative sum? Answer me, everyone. That are below the target number or above the target number? Okay, correct, everyone. Good. Okay, okay. So your native language is not English. Okay, okay. So how we will be able to get it with the help of self join? Let's see. So I'm writing, this is my table that I have. If I do like that if I take it as my AID, and let me take one more column where I will give BID. Okay. So now I am saying that my BID should be greater than, and in BID also I'm giving the same thing because I'm joining the same column together. Okay. So if I say that my BID is greater than or equals to my AID. So if I have 1 for BID, what IDs I will get here? If I have BID as 1, what AID I will get here? Tell me, everyone. Are you able to get it what I'm trying to tell you? No, no, I'm not asking about the amount here. I'm asking about the what I will get if I have BID here, what AID I will get. BID is greater than or equals to AID. So, do we have any smaller AID here? This is AID, let's say. No, guys, no, 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 no. I'm just asking about the how many IDs I will get for one. For one BID, what AID I will get. So these are my AID. So which is equals to or smaller I'm talking about. So here, which one is smaller and equals to? 1, right? 1 is equals to 1. We don't have any smaller than that. What about 2? For 2, what AIDs I will get? I'm not talking about the amount. Forget the amount. I am talking about the only IDs here, Bhargav. I will get 2 because 2 is equals to 2 and I will get the smaller one. So I have the smaller one here. So I will get 1. Why only 2? I said na here that my BID is greater than and equals to AID. So I will get all those AIDs that are that are smaller and equals to. Are you guys able to understand me? Just let me know so that I can explain you again if you're not getting it. I want all the AIDs that are smaller than or equals to my BID. This is my condition here. So my all AIDs will be smaller and equals to. Okay. So what about this? 50 Henry, try to answer me now. 50 Henry, Vishali, Senthil, Bhargav. Vishali, you have answered me. Okay. Be confident. So which AIDs is equal? So 3 is equals to 3. Then we have smaller also, which is 2, and then 1. Right? Okay, what about this one? Are you guys able to understand me? Just tell me the truth. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4 is equals to 4 and 3, 2, 1 are smaller than 4. What about this one? The last one that we have. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I will have the amount, sum of amount of my AID. Okay. So now I have these ID. So what are the sum of one ID I have? Only I have 100, so nothing will be the this. What about this one? 2 and 1. So what will be the sum of that? I have ID 2 and 1 here. So what will be the sum of that? 300, right? So 300 will be the sum. Tell me everyone, will I get 300 or not? Are you able to understand? I have 2 or 1, so I'm just taking the amount of that and I'm summing it because I am using sum here. So what about here? Here it is 3 to 1. So 3, for 3 I have 300, for 2 I have 200, for this I have 100. So I will get the sum of all these, right? Yes. What about here? I have 4, 3, 2, 1. So I will get the sum of all these 4, 3, 2, 1 amount. Correct everyone? What about here? Now I will have the sum of all, which is any confusion to anyone in this? Do let me know. Any confusion? Only one? No? Okay, so do other people have any confusion? What about you, Tripti? Okay, so let me solve this question. I will solve in the same way that I told you. I will just write it in the syntax format. That's it. So in select, I'm selecting nothing. Then I'm using from sales, using here as S, join sales as, let's say, E, where my what? Where my S dot amount, no, S dot ID is greater than or equals to my what? My E dot ID, right? That's what I have given in my on condition on. Okay, is this much clear to everyone? What I have written? So I will have my S dot amount, and with that I want to have my cumulative sum. So I will have the cumulative sum of these na my E's amount, sum of my E dot amount. So I will write it here. So what is the thing that is missing? Who will tell me? What is something is missing here? Tell me. Try to guess. I'm looking forward for your answers. Group by is missing. Because we have used a non-aggregate column with a aggregate column. Tell me, this is my non-aggregate column and I am using a aggregate column with that. So I am using group by. Do I have to use group by if I am using a non-aggregate column with a aggregate column? I told you that it will become mandatory for me if I have a non-aggregate column with a aggregate column. Am I right, everyone? And in group by, what will I write? In group by, what will I write? My S dot amount, right? Henry, you are not answering. Is this not clear to you? And Senthil also. Senthil, you are answering, sorry. Vishali. Vishali is also answering, sorry. Is not very clear. Okay, so why have, which is not very clear? The formula, the group by thing. So if I am using a non-aggregate column with the aggregate column, then group by is mandatory for me to use. And in group by, you will write the non-aggregate column that we have. Okay. So if I just run it, am I getting the cumulative sum if I write as here, as I'm giving the name to my column. That's it. Cumulative sum. Am I getting the correct answer? Try to solve this by you also. Like try to make this in your Excel sheet and try to solve this afterward. So you will get a correct overview of it and you can imagine all these things happening in your mind also. Am I getting the correct answer, everyone? In starting, you guys can do that. And when you do the practice, it will be clear to you without the Excel sheet also. Okay. So that's all for today. Do let me know if you have any confusion in anything. Is self-join clear to you now? Yeah. On Sunday, we will have CTE, I guess. I will explain CTE, common table expression, or you can say with clause. Let me pause the